Welcome to English Fluent Ears, your place for slow, easy, and relaxing English listening practice.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today.
Welcome to English Fluent Ears, your place for slow, easy, and relaxing English listening practice.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today.
Hello, Leo, and a big hello to all our listeners. Today's story is a special one. It's about a simple, everyday moment that becomes something extraordinary.
I like the sound of that. In our busy, fast world, it's easy to miss those moments. We are always rushing.
We are. Today, we are not just teaching vocabulary or grammar. We are sharing a gentle story about kindness, connection, and the surprising power of a small choice.
It's a story about a young woman named Sarah, an old man named Arthur, and a single rainy evening on a train.
I love that. So, our listeners can just relax and follow along with the story.
Exactly. The language is slow, clear, and simple. It is perfect for beginner and intermediate learners. You can listen many times. This is not a grammar lesson. It's a story.
And stories are one of the best ways to train your ears, your mouth, and your brain to think in English naturally.
I agree completely. Stories help us understand real sentences and real feelings. If you enjoy this story, please remember to subscribe and share it with a friend. It really helps us.
It does. So, find a quiet place, take a deep breath, and let's begin this journey with Sarah together. Our story begins with a young woman named Sarah. She is 28 years old and lives in a big, busy city. She is smart, she works hard at her job, and she is always busy.
She sounds like many of us. Her life is full of schedules, emails, and meetings.
Exactly. And one Tuesday evening, she is on the train going home. It was a long day. It was a difficult day.
Oh, we all know those days.
She had a big presentation at work, and it did not go well. Her boss was not happy. Now, she is sitting on the train, and she feels tired and frustrated.
And to make it worse, it was a cold, rainy evening. The windows of the train were covered in water.
Everyone on the train was quiet. They were looking at their phones, or looking out the window, or sleeping. They were all in their own worlds. Sarah was too. She was replaying the bad meeting in her head, thinking, I should have said this, or why did I make that mistake?
She was present in the train, but her mind was far away. She was not really there. She was lost in her own worries.
The train stopped at a station and the doors opened. Cold, wet air came in. More tired people got on, shaking their umbrellas. Sarah sighed. She just wanted to be home.
And that's when she saw him.
Yes, an old man got on the train. His name was Arthur. He was probably 80 years old. His coat was thin, and he was not wearing a hat. He looked a little lost.
He was standing near the door, holding a small, crumpled piece of paper in his hand. He looked at the paper, then at the station map on the wall of the train. He looked confused.
Sarah noticed him for just a second, and her first feeling was to look away.
That's a very honest feeling. She was tired. She had her own problems. It's easy to think, someone else will help him, or I don't want to get involved.
It is. So she looked back down at her phone. But she couldn't focus on the screen. She looked up again. The old man was still there. He was trying to ask another passenger a question, but the person had headphones on and didn't hear him.
He must have felt invisible.
He did, and Sarah looked at his face. He wasn't just confused, he looked worried. He looked distressed, and his hand was trembling, just a little.
In that moment, she didn't see a stranger. Maybe she saw her own grandfather.
Maybe. She thought about her terrible day at work, her bad presentation, and suddenly Looking at this man, her problems felt very small.
So, she made a choice.
She did. She took a deep breath, put her phone in her pocket, and stood up. She walked over to the old man. Her heart was beating a little faster. It's not always comfortable to talk to strangers.
She tapped him gently on the arm. "Excuse me, sir," she said. Her voice was soft. "You look a little lost. Can I help you with something?"
Arthur looked up, and his eyes were so full of relief. It was like she had turned on a light. "Oh, thank you, dear. Thank you. I think I'm on the wrong train."
He showed her the crumpled paper. On it was an address. "I'm trying to get to Willow Creek."
Sarah knew that name. Willow Creek was not a train station. It was a care home, a place for elderly people who need help.
And it was on the other side of the city. He was definitely on the wrong train.
"Oh," Sarah said gently. "You are on the wrong train. This one is going north. You need to go south."
Arthur's face fell. He looked so defeated. "Oh dear," he whispered. "I thought I followed the directions. I have to get there. My wife, she's waiting for me."
"She's waiting for me." Those words really hit Sarah.
Now, Sarah's own stop was the next one. She was only 5 minutes from her warm, dry apartment.
She had a choice. She could do the easy thing. She could give him directions. "Sir, you need to get off at the next stop. Cross the platform, take the southbound train. Get off at Central Station. Then you must find the number 12 bus."
That's a lot of steps. For an old man on a rainy night who is already confused, it would be very, very difficult. He might get lost again.
Sarah knew that. She looked at him and she looked at the rain on the window. And she thought about his wife, waiting for him.
So she made a second choice. A bigger choice.
She smiled. "You know what?" she said. "My stop is next. But Willow Creek is very hard to find. It's no trouble for me. If you don't mind, I will take you there."
Wow. That's more than just a small kindness. That's giving her time.
Arthur was shocked. "Oh, no, my dear, I couldn't ask you to do that. It's late. You must be going home."
But Sarah shook her head. And for the first time all day, she felt light. "It's really no problem. I would be happy to. We can go together."
So they got off the train together at the next stop. The rain was heavy and cold. Sarah opened her big umbrella and they stood under it together. They had to wait for the bus.
It must have been a little awkward, standing in the rain with a total stranger.
It was at first. But Arthur broke the silence. "You are very kind," he said. "Most people are in such a hurry. They are always looking down."
"I'm usually in a hurry too," Sarah admitted. "I guess I just looked up tonight."
"It's a good thing to do," Arthur said quietly. "The world spins so fast. It tries to make you forget what is important."
The bus arrived and it was warm inside. They sat together. As the bus moved through the wet, shining city, Arthur started to talk.
He told her about his wife. Her name was Ilara. He told Sarah how they met at a dance 60 years ago. He said she had the most beautiful laugh.
He wasn't complaining. He wasn't sad. He was just full of love.
He told Sarah that Ilara's mind was getting cloudy. That's a gentle way to say she had dementia or Alzheimer's. He said she doesn't always remember my name, but she always remembers my voice.
And he told Sarah that he visits her every single day. Every day he takes the train and the bus to go and see her.
Sarah just listened. She forgot about her job. She forgot about her bad presentation. She was completely focused on this man and his story.
She was learning something. Like Tom in our last story, she was learning to listen.
She realized this man's journey, every day, in the rain or sun, was a powerful act of love. He was not a burden. He was a man on a mission.
Finally, the bus stopped. "This is it," Sarah said.
They got off the bus and walked one more block. The rain had softened to a light drizzle. As they walked to the door of the care home, Arthur stopped for a moment.
What did he say?
He looked at the rainy street. He said, "This is a terrible night, isn't it? But you know, the rain feels different when you're not walking through it alone."
That is beautiful wisdom.
It was. Sarah walked him to the bright, warm entrance. A nurse inside saw them and smiled. "Hello, Arthur. You're just in time. Ilara was asking for you."
Arthur turned to Sarah. His old eyes were bright, and they were full of gratitude. He took her hand. "Thank you, my dear. I don't know how to thank you. You are a good person. Don't ever let the world make you hard."
"It was my pleasure, Arthur," Sarah said, and she meant it. "Have a wonderful visit."
And then Sarah had one last idea, didn't she?
She did. She quickly took a small piece of paper from her notebook. She wrote her name, Sarah, and her phone number on it.
"Arthur," she said, "this is my number. If you ever get lost again, or just need help getting here, please call me. I live in the city. I can help."
Arthur looked at the paper, then at her. He was speechless for a moment. That is the kindest thing anyone has done for me in a long time. Thank you, Sarah."
He put the paper carefully in his wallet, and then he went inside to see his wife.
Sarah walked back to the bus stop. She was alone now, but she didn't feel alone. The rain was still falling, but she barely noticed it.
Her bad day was completely gone. It felt so small, so insignificant.
She thought about her life, how she worried about emails and promotions and what people thought of her. And she thought about Arthur, traveling across a cold city every day just to hold his wife's hand.
She realized she hadn't lost an hour of her evening. She had found something. She felt warm. She felt connected.
When she got home, she didn't turn on the TV. She did something different. She called her mother, just to say hello.
But Mia, the story doesn't end there, does it? The prompt said it changed his life too.
You are right. This is where the story truly changes. Sarah didn't expect to hear from Arthur. She thought it was just a nice moment, and that was all.
But 1 week later, her phone rang. It was an unknown number.
She answered. "Hello?"
A quiet, old voice said, "Is this Sarah? The girl from the train?"
"Yes. Arthur! Hello! Is everything okay? Are you lost?"
There was a long pause on the phone. Arthur's voice was different. It was sad, but it was also very calm. "No, my dear," he said. "I'm not lost."
"Arthur, what's wrong?"
"My Ilara," he said. She passed away, Sarah."
"Oh, Arthur. I am so sorry." Sarah sat down. She felt a deep sadness for this man she barely knew.
"Thank you, my dear," he said. "But I called to tell you something. I called to thank you."
"Thank me? For what?"
"Ilara passed away last Tuesday," Arthur said. "The night we met. The night you helped me."
"The same night?"
"Yes," he said, and his voice broke just a little. "When I got to her room, she was very peaceful, but she was weak. The nurse said she had been waiting for me. I got to hold her hand, Sarah. I got to sit with her. I got to tell her I loved her, and that it was okay to rest."
He took a breath. "I was there with her when she left."
"Oh my goodness."
"If you had not helped me," Arthur said, his voice now a whisper, "if you had just given me directions, I would have been lost. I know I would have. I would have been hours late. I would have missed it. I would not have been there to say goodbye."
Sarah was crying now, silently.
"That 1 hour you gave me, Sarah," Arthur said. "That 1 hour of your time. It was not a small thing. It was a gift. It was the most important hour of my life. You let me say goodbye to my Ilara. You, Paul, an angel to me."
A small choice, A moment of inconvenience. And it changed everything for Arthur.
It changed everything for him, and it changed everything for Sarah.
How did it change her?
After that phone call, she understood. Her life wasn't a list of tasks to complete. It was a series of moments to connect.
She realized that kindness was not a grand special occasion thing. It was a small daily practice.
Exactly. She started to practice what she called looking up. She smiled at the barista at the coffee shop. She held the elevator door for her colleagues. She listened when people talked instead of just waiting for her turn to speak.
Like Tom's one new thing a week, her new practice was one small kindness a day.
Yes, and her whole life changed. She felt less stressed. She felt happier. She made new friends. She found that her bad days didn't feel so bad anymore.
She learned that kindness isn't about giving money. It's about giving your attention.
Sarah and Arthur even became friends. She would visit him and they would have tea. He would tell her stories about Alara. He became like a grandfather to her, and she became like a granddaughter to him.
All from one rainy night. One small choice on a train.
She learned that we are all connected, and that kindness is the string that ties us all together.
That is such a powerful and beautiful story, Mia. It really makes you think.
It does. It shows that we never know the true, full impact of our actions.
What feels like a small act of kindness to us, a small inconvenience, can be a life-changing moment for someone else.
Exactly. And that brings us to our practice tip for today. For all our listeners, the lesson from Sarah's story is simple.
The lesson is to look up.
Yes. Today, or this week, just look up. Look up from your phone. Look up from your work. Look up from your own worries, even for just a moment.
See the people around you. The person in line at the grocery store, the tired person on the bus, your family member who seems a little quiet.
You don't have to solve their problems. You don't have to be a superhero. But you can offer a small act of kindness.
A real smile, a patient ear, holding a door, letting someone go ahead of you in line.
Or just asking, "Are you okay?" And really listening to the answer.
Kindness is a choice. It's a choice we have to make, moment by moment. Sometimes we are tired. Sometimes we are frustrated. It's not always easy.
But as Sarah learned, when we choose kindness, we not only help someone else, we also heal ourselves. We find the connection that we are all looking for.
That was a wonderful lesson, Mia. Thank you for sharing that story.
And to our listeners, thank you so much for joining us today on English Fluent Ears.
Yes, thank you. If you enjoyed this story, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next one.
And we would love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below. Tell us about a small act of kindness you have seen, or one small kind thing you will try to do this week.
Until next time, keep practicing and be kind.
Have a wonderful day. Bye for now, everyone.
Goodbye.
If you liked this story,
Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories like this one. Bye.